Hello, Elite. This is Skill Sync Summit 3.0. Welcome to the Amplify Your Digital Footprint Summit, where we're going to dive into the forefront of technology and personal branding. Of course, I am Valentina Chokmah. I'm going to be your guide on this exciting journey to mastering AI essentials, personal branding, and more. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of LLMs, or better still, call it large language models. But before we go on, I'd like to say a few things. We're going to be having a series of videos. I think it's in 5 segments. We're going to have 5 different topics we're going to talk about, and we're going to be having about 6 to 10 videos for each of these topics. It's going to be separated into different playlists, and you can go ahead and check them out. Yes, when you be watching this video, all the videos for all those series should be out, and you'll be able to see it right here on the YouTube channel. Also, the videos should be about 3 to 5 minutes long. I think this one should be the longest because it's the first one, and then I'm putting out all this information. Subsequent videos are not going to be this long, so we make this so short so that you're going to be able to grasp the information as they come in bits, and we don't want to overwhelm you with so much information because we have so much value to offer you in this summit. The second thing I would like to put out is that this summit and this series of teaching is in different levels, right? So this is the first one, this is the basic, and it is completely free. After this summit, we're going to give you the opportunity to move over to the next level, and after that we're going to have another level. I think for now we have just 3 levels of this teaching, and once you are done with the first one, we're going to move you on to the next, right? So take note of that, and yeah, thank you. So let's go ahead to talk about large language models. All right, so this is the flyer again. This is what we're going to be teaching you in this series, in this summit. So take note and do it to share to your friends and loved ones on all your social media handles, and let's spread the good news. Let's give out value. Right now, large language models are revolutionizing how we interact with technology. They are not just about processing languages, they are about understanding context, generating ideas, and even predicting outcomes, right? So from chatbots to content creation tools, large language models are what's shaping our digital landscape. Throughout this playlist, we're going to uncover how you can harness the power of large language models to amplify your online presence and professional growth, right? So I want you to look at okay, before we even go into the intricacies, right? What is large language models, right? I put it here in simple terms that you should imagine. Okay, let's imagine a large language model to be a super powered student who crams a giant textbook or giant library of books. So he does this by reading all these books. Then the large language models learns to understand language really well. Now it can use that knowledge to write new things like stories or poems, or translate languages like turning English to Spanish and all that, right? So what is large language models? I want to break it down in the simplest possible way so that we can understand. That's why I say we should imagine a large language model to be like a super student, right? And then let's say you put that, let's call that super student Chokmah. let's call her Chokmah, and then we put her in a library, and then Chokmah crams all the books in this library, right? So that because Chokmah has read all the books, she has all this information in her head. Because she has all this information now, she has learned the languages, all the content of this book. She has learned it so well. Now she can, if you ask her questions because of what she has read from these books, right, she's able to answer you based on the content of what is in that library. If you ask her questions that the answer is not in those books, in the library should not be able to give you answers, right? So this is what large language models are, right? Large language models are just machines that they feed on information and then they give you output. All right, so that's that. So now in the remaining series, I want you to get ready with me as we personalize your digital space, right? We want you to we're also going to be understanding generative AI. We're going to explore prompt engineering. We're going to dive deep into the latest ChatGPT versions, right? Even if we don't do that in this particular training, we're going to do that in the next training after this, right? The next level. So I want you to stay tuned for more insights as we move ahead, right? Now I want you to do well to subscribe, like, share, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Skillsync Summit. If you want to partner with us for future summit, or maybe you have something you think we can work on together, reach out to us on skillsyncsummit@gmail.com. All right, this will be all for this video, and see you in the next video. Do not forget, you are premium. Peace out.